when you get there. And I know I shared at the beginning of class that I'd been up with migraine last night, but I'm sure that you all have your own things going on for you in your world. I think that humanity has a migraine at the moment. And so this heaviness, for those of us that are feeling it, we know that we have the power to transform that and to shift it. And so just acknowledge how it is that you feel in this moment, what it is that you're experiencing, whether it's heaviness, tightness, lightness, you might be feeling $1,000,000, whatever it is. Just reminding yourself that we always are in a state of flux, evolution, change, and growth. And so nothing ever stays the same for too long. And as yogis, we have the power to master our prana, master our energy, to create a big shift. So just take a deep breath in, fill it all the way up to the top of your lungs. And then open your mouth, exhale, sigh, let it out. Do that 3 more times. Inhale. And then you're in your home, it's your rules, so be as loud as you like as you let it out. Ha. 1 more. Release. Draw the hands to a prayer at your heart space. And let the breath now come to a stable rhythm in and out through the nose. If you have Ujjayi pranayama in your practice, working with Ujjayi. Otherwise, just creating a steady rhythm of breath for the mind to center its awareness on. And when the world is noisy, when there's a lot of stuff going on in the ether, the breath anchors us back into ourselves, to the moment, to our truth. And with your hands in front of your heart, find an intention for your practice. Something to cultivate, to grow, to focus your attentions on, and to enliven throughout the rest of your day. Take a big breath into your nose. Once again, open your mouth, let it out. 1 round of Om together, inhale. Bowing in, head to heart. And keeping the head bowed, just take the hands down to the knees, whichever way you're sitting is fine. Holding onto the knees, we'll do some seated cat-cows to begin. So as you inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the chest, open the heart. And as you exhale, tuck the chin into the chest, round the spine, scoop through the belly. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift and open. And then exhale, round it all the way back and lift through the bandhas. 1 more time, inhale. Just gently awakening the spine, exhale. Good, come back through center. Both arms reach up overhead, big breath in. Right hand comes to the side, left arm reaches up overhead, big stretch through the side of your body. And then come back through center and change sides. Left hand down, right arm reaches up and over. Get long through the side of your heart. Good, come all the way back through center, reach both arms up, grow nice and tall. And then as you exhale, bring the hands forward and come on over onto all fours. I'm gonna slide this off. Good, and when you get there, just meet yourself with a little bit of movement. So you might want to sway side to side, moving through the hips. You might want to do something for your wrists. Just kind of checking in with how your physical body feels this morning, where it is that you're holding any tension or tightness, where it is that you perhaps need to soften, and where it is that you could perhaps bring a bit more awareness. Oh, take a big breath in. And a full breath out. We'll take it to a puppy pose, knees down, arms reach forward, buttocks stacks on top of your knees as you bring your chin or your head down towards the floor. 5 breaths here just to lengthen through the spine and open through the front of the chest. So you can have your forehead down or you can have your chin down, whichever feels more appropriate. And with each exhale, just feel the underarms kind of sinking down towards the mat and the chest beginning to open. 1 more full breath in here. Beautiful yogis, and a full breath out. Good. Just bring your gaze forward, plug down into your elbows, and then come on forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips up. We'll come into a dolphin pose. Your knees can be really nice and bent here. Your hamstrings probably aren't warmed up yet, so keep the knees nice and bent and work on just lengthening out through the spine. Let the chin tuck in towards the chest, so you're lengthening out through the crown of the head, and then wrap the underarms back. We just start to find a bit of stability and engagement through the shoulders. You can walk the feet in a little closer if that feels good. Really work to lift the belly. Hold and breathe. 5. Good. Wrap the underarms back. 4. You guys know I love a dolphin pose. 3. Good. 2. 1. And then bring the knees down. Come into child's pose. Toes together, knees wide, arms reach forward. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more time. A full breath in. Good. And a full breath out. Nice. Take the arms forward once again. Tuck the toes. Come on in. Dolphin pose. So we're setting up the shoulders here to be nice and strong, activating in through the core. Wrap the underarms back. Right leg lifts to the sky here. Just peel the hip open and draw 3 circles with your right knee. So really keeping the shoulders nice and stable and square as you circle through the right knee, and then change sides. Right foot comes down. Left leg lifts. We peel the hip open and we draw 3 big circles with the left knee all the way up and around, keeping the shoulders really stable. Good, then left foot comes down to the floor, bend the knees, bring the gaze forward. At the same time, straighten the knees and the arms. Pew, downward facing dog is where you land. Good, and then you've kind of probably in a bit of a weird position, so reposition yourself so it feels comfortable. You're pressing into your hands, you're wrapping your underarms back. So always holding those rolled up newspapers, and downward facing dog should really feel kind of like a working holiday version of your forearm balance of your dolphin pose. Yeah, so we're really engaged through the shoulders, really connected through the whole body. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Good. Lift the right leg to the sky. Peel the hip open. Get nice and long. Square the right shoulder down. So notice if you're losing that alignment and coming into a back bend. Imagine you're still in your dolphin pose. Lift the right knee higher as you inhale. As you exhale, curl the right knee into your nose. Flex the foot. Heel, then toe comes down to the floor. Anjaneyasana. Untuck the back toes. Push down through the shins. Good. Shin. And reach the arms up to the sky. Beautiful. Take the hands back behind you, interlace the palms, and then press the interlaced palms into your sacrum. Wrap the elbows back and lift the chest up. Good. So I want you to imagine as though you've got a string on your sternum that's lifting you up. So we're not going back and crunching, we're lifting up and out. Good. Take a full breath in. Nice, and a full breath out. Good, come back through center, reach both arms up. Take a side bend up and over to the right. So hold the left wrist and side bend up and over. Keep the right foot pressing down and keep scooping through the front of the left hip. So as you plug the left knee down, you're scooping to create a big, beautiful stretch through the front of that left hip. Take one more inhale. Good, and an exhale. Come back through center, reach the arms up. Now take a twist, open to the right. Good. Right hand comes to the sacrum. Push the hips forward. Scoop through the pelvis once again as you exalt the shape all the way back. Big breath in. As you exhale, simple twist. Left hand comes down. Pick up the back knee. Right arm opens up to the sky. Good. Take it over into Cleopatra. Come to the outer edge of both feet. Reach back. Open through the chest. Big breath in. Good. As you exhale, bring both hands and feet forward to the top of the mat. Find a forward fold. Take a little halfway lift when you get there, and then as you exhale, fold on in, and we'll be here for a few breaths. So you can hold your thumbs into opposite elbows, you can bounce, you can shake, you can stay in stillness, whatever you like. Your knees can be as bent as you need, yeah? So we're just warming up through the back and the front of the body. Let the spine be long, let the neck be heavy. Take a breath in, just open your mouth, release any drama. There's a lot of it going around at the moment. One more inhale and exhale. Release the hands, round the spine to stand all the way up. Unfurl the spine, arms reach up overhead. Big breath in. And then hands come to prayer, eyes closed down. Samastitihi. We center ourselves back in the heart, always. Press into the feet, arms to the sky. Inhale. Fold down to Mother Earth as you breathe out. Halfway lift, lengthen out. Hands to the mat, step back into plank pose. You can always bring your knees down if you need to. Remember, we're still wrapping the underarms back. Take a full breath in. Come down halfway chaturanga as you breathe out. Good, then press back up, plank pose. Woo. Come down halfway as you breathe out. One more time, press back up, plank pose. Good, and then come all the way down to your belly. Phew. Untuck the toes, walk the fingertips out wide. 3 rolling cobras. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, forward. I'm not sure if you guys can hear all of the birds that are having a little song and dance outside of my window, but it sounds like a bird aviary out there. Good, fold on down. Nice, take it back into child's pose. Toes together, knees out wide, arms reach forward. Probably hear the chickens as well. Take a full breath in. It's a barnyard over here. And a full breath out. Good. Plug the elbows down, tuck the toes, come on in, dolphin pose. Walk the feet in and lift your beautiful hippies up high. Keep wrapping your underarms back, keep lifting through the belly. Let the head be relaxed here to begin with. Maybe you can walk the feet in a little bit more. Keep wrapping back, keep pushing the earth away. Hold and breathe. 5. Good. Find the strength in your heart. 4. To keep going when things get a little hard. 3. Good. 2, and then bend the knees. Look forward, straighten the arms and the knees at the same time. Is the sound effect downward facing dog. Good. Reposition yourself if you need to. Lift the left leg to the sky, peel the hip open. Just like you did at the very beginning of class, imagine you're still in that dolphin shape with your shoulder. Lift the left knee higher. As you exhale, curl the left knee into your nose. Place the heel and the toe down. Right knee comes down, toes untuck. Anjaneyasana. So as you push the shin down, you're scooping. Notice if you're kind of Beyonceing your booty back, scoop. Good. Reach the arms up and back behind you. Interlace the palms opposite interlock, if you can remember. Push the hands into the sacrum, press the hips forward and just lift the chest up. So you don't have to go back in a big dramatic fashion. We're just opening through the front of the hip and lifting through the chest. Good. Take one more inhale. Good. Exhale. Come back through center. Arms reach up. Nice, we'll take a side bend, hold the right wrist up and over to the left. Keep pushing the hips forward. So the tendency here is to avoid the stretch by sticking your butt back. Scoop, push the right knee down, drag the shin forward. Good, come back through center, inhale, open your twist out to the right. Left hand comes to your sacrum, push forward. Right arm reaches all the way up and back, big breath in. Good, simple twist is the breath out. Right hand down, we pick up the back right knee. Left arm extends up nice and high. Good, take it to Cleopatra, outer edge of both feet. Soften down through the hips, open through the chest. And then as you exhale, take a big step forward to the top of the mat and fold on in. Good, halfway lift, lengthen. Fold as you breathe out. Press into the feet, arms to the sky, reach up, rise up. Hands all the way up to prayer. And then prayer hands back to your heart. Close the eyes. Center your awareness back in the heart space. Continuing to create strength and openness through this energetic center of the body. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Press into the feet, arms to the sky, big breath in, rise. Fold as you exhale. Halfway lift, lengthen out. Hands down, this time step or hop back, plank pose. Take your vinyasa, we meet in downward facing dog. You can move through upward facing dog, cobra, or you can skip the whole process. You can use your knees, whatever you like. Downward dog is where we meet. Take a big breath in. Beautiful yogis, and a full breath out. The right leg lifts to the sky. We peel the hip open. Again, don't lose the right shoulder. Keep it facing down. Exhale, knee to nose. Flex the foot, heel then toe. Crescent lunge this time. Come on up. Take the hands back behind you. Interlace the palms. Press the interlaced palms into your sacrum, just like we did before. Keep pushing your left hip forward as you lift the chest up towards the sky. Keep the right knee bent. Good. Come back through center. Arms reach up. Take your twist up and over to the right. Good. Right hand pushes your sacrum. Exalt the shape all the way back. Good. Then take it forward. Left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Find your twist. Keep wrapping your right hip back and then lift the back of your left kneecap up towards the sky. So your leg's really active here. Look at your right foot. If you were death gripping the floor, spread your toes. And then slowly and steady lean into your right foot. Hover the left toes. Good, and then lift the left leg all the way up, step into twisted chair pose. Get your buttocks nice and low, spin your chest over towards the right. Good, now bring the weight back into the right foot. We go back the way we came. Squeeze the left heel in towards your buttocks and extend it all the way back. Whew. Good, exalt the shape. Right hand comes to the sacrum, left arm to the sky, big breath in. Simple twist, left hand down, right arm reaches up. This time, wild thing, right foot steps up and back, open through the front of the hip, through the chest. Take a big inhale,
Good. As you exhale, right knee draws in towards your chest, step it forward. Bring both hands either side of the right foot and straighten the right leg. We're setting up for pyramid pose, so you might want to step your left foot in a little bit. Push into your right foot, wrap the hip back, lift the chest, lift the heart, and then fold on in. Forehead down towards your shin. Breathe. Keep lifting the sit bones up towards the sky. You can always make it more challenging by bringing the hands back behind you into a reverse prayer. Otherwise, keeping the fingertips down on the floor or onto 2 blocks. Take a full inhale. Beautiful, yogis, and a full exhale. Good. Bend the right knee, bring the gaze forward. We'll step on into a supportive warrior 3. So left leg extends up back behind you. Right leg bends as you wrap the hip back. Flex the left foot, lift through the belly, and then with a little bounce, you're going to end up in warrior 3. So we go down and then spring into warrior 3. Take the hands back behind you, interlace the palms, open through the chest. Breathe. 5. You can do it. 4. Good. 3, 2, 1. Come to standing. Release the interlaced hands. Left knee draws up in towards your chest. Doing a good job. Big breath in. Take the hands around the front of the left shin. Good. Holding onto the left shin, push the hips forward as you lean back. Terrible example. Lean back and lift through the chest. Big breath in, keep the left foot flexed. Good. As you exhale, come back through center. Left leg extends back behind you. Arms reach forward and down, standing splits. Whew. Good. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. Now you're going to take your own journey back to down dog. So some of us might be kicking up through a little handstand. Others will be stepping the left leg back, maybe keeping the right leg lifted and doing a little chin stand, or skipping the entire process and taking a rest in child's pose. Your choice, as always. Move through, beautiful, what it is that you need to move through. And then anchor yourself back in the breath in either a down dog or a child's pose. There's a lot of moving through the body, a lot of activation. We always use the physical body as this gateway through to the soul, to the truth of who and what we are in the moment and what it is that we're processing on our human experience. And it's a really, really powerful thing to come back to, right? Come on into downward facing dog. If you were taking rest, great news is you got 2 sides. Left leg lifts to the sky, peel the hip open. Good. As you exhale, curl in slowly, knee to nose. Flex the foot, heel then toe to the mat. Come on up into crescent lunge. Keep wrapping that left hip back. Arms reach up. Take them back behind you. Opposite interlock. Press your interlaced hands into your sacrum as you lift the chest up to the sky. Big stretch through the front of the right hip. Oh, there it is. Good. Come back through center. Arms reach up. Good. Take your twist over to the left. Expand your wings. Keep the left knee bent. Left hand pushes into the sacrum. Right arm reaches up and back. Good. And then hook the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Take the hands to prayer. So take your time. I like to kind of lift my belly and now my boobies up and over the left thigh. That's one thing that pregnancy has taught me. Empathy for boobies. Bring the weight into the left foot. Good. Activate through the back right leg. So you're not just relying on gravity here. Lean into the left foot, pick up the back foot, use your glutes, and then step on into twisted chair pose. Wrap that left hip back. The tendency is for it to point out to the side. Good. And then bring the gaze to the left foot. Step into your power. Left foot down, right heel to butt. Slowly, slowly, slowly come on back. Beautiful. Take it up and back. Exalt the shape. Left hand to the sacrum. Right arm reaches up and back. Open through the front of that right hip. Good. Take the right hand down. Left arm to the sky, take it up and over, wild thing. Left foot behind the right knee, chest and heart opens to the heavens. Good. Left knee comes in towards your chest, step it forward, both hands to the floor. We're setting up for pyramid pose. So scooch the right foot in a little bit, left big toe mounds down, wrap the hips back. Now if you want to take reverse prayer with your hands, you can. Otherwise, keep the fingers on the floor. Lift the chest up like a halfway lift, draw the belly in and then fold. Good. Crown of the head is magnetized towards the left big toe. And you're lifting and drawing in through the belly as you lift your sit bones up to the sky. So like you've got that little flashlight butt, you're pointing it up to the heavens. Beautiful, yogis. Take a full breath in. Nice. And a full breath out. Bring the hands back down to the floor. Walk them forward. We come into a supportive warrior 3 to begin with. So the reason we're doing this is so that you feel your butt Activate. Bend the left leg and then spring into warrior three. Take the hands back behind you, interlace the palms. Wrap the left hip back. Hold and breathe. 5. You got it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to standing, reach the arms up overhead. Take the hands forward and wrap them around your right shin. Keep the right foot flexed. Push the shin forward as you lean back. So it becomes this little bit of a counterbalance. Lift up and out of your chest. Take a full inhale. Good. As you exhale, slow and steady. Come on back. Good. Arms reach up to the sky. Good. Send the right foot all the way back. We come on in. Standing split. Right leg long. Left leg down. Head towards your left big toe. Good. You might take a little vinyasa here, kicking up through a handstand, or you could step the right foot back, take a 3-legged vinyasa with the left leg lifted, or simply skip all of that and come into downward facing dog or rest for a moment in child's pose. Beautiful work, my friends. Find the fullness of your breath. If you notice that it's escaped you a little bit, and then really anchor yourself back into that breath that comes in and out of your nose. Good. Full inhale. Full exhale. One more. Full inhale. Full exhale. Good. We meet in downward facing dog. We'll lift the right leg to the sky, peel the hip open just like before, maybe getting a bit more space. Good. This time, right knee comes forward to the top of the right shoulder. Hover the foot and then place your heel and your toe on the outside of your right pinky. Lower the hips, lift the chest, inhale, and then straighten the right leg, press yourself back as you exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, just creating a bit of lubrication through the joints. Send it back. Gosh, that one chicken is going crazy. I don't know if you can hear it. Good, send it up and then back. It's going to be funny if you can't, because then I'll just sound like a crazy lady talking to the chickens. Bring the gaze forward, right hand stays down, left foot turns into side angle pose. You can always take, a block underneath your right hand or come up to your fingertips. Wrap the right hip back in space, lift the left arm up and then push in to the outer edge of your left foot. Good. Now, imagine your left hand is being propelled or pulled up towards the sky. Hover your right hand off the floor. 5. Use your core. 4. 3. Beautiful. 2. Nice. Exalt the shape all the way up and back. Big breath in. Straighten the right leg. Good. Trikonasana. Come on in. Right arm reaches forward. Left arm to the sky. So just like we did in that hovered version, with your hand, it's the same kind of thing with Trikonasana, yeah? So we're trying to use the belly to hold as we lift up and rotate the chest over to the left. Good, keep pressing into the right big toe. Breathe. 5. Nice. 4, 3, beautiful yogis. 2, gorgeous. Exalt your Trikonasana all the way back. Push into your right foot, big breath in. Half moon pose is where we're going. Deep bend into the right foot, take it forward. You can hover the right hand off the floor. Look down at your right foot. Notice if it's instantly turned on an angle. Can you try and keep the foot parallel so that you're wrapping the right hip back under as you flex the left foot, and then maybe you can even hover the right fingertips off the floor. Maybe you're taking a Chapasana variation, holding the back foot and kicking back in. Your choice. Breathe. 5. Gorgeous. 4, 3, 2, good. Bring the left hand down to the floor, square through the hips, and then curl the left knee in behind the right shin and bring your beautiful booty down to the floor. So now you're sitting, your right knee, your right thigh's on the bottom, your right foot's up and over. We'll take a twist. Right hand back behind you, left arm up, hook the elbow, spin and twist to the right. Now some of us will stay here, some of us will come on in. We practiced this one last week, coming into a little Kundalini from here, hooking the elbows in, expanding the legs, and taking flight. Otherwise, this twist is a really beautiful place to stay. Make good choices. Beautiful yogis. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. If your butt is off the floor, bring it back down. We'll all just take a counter twist over to the left. So release the hands, come on in, a little bow. You might even get a nice crack through your spine. Good. Come on back through center. And then use your butt and not your hands if you can as you step forward into the right foot and come on back into standing split. Left leg lifts up and back behind you. Crown of the head lengthens down towards the floor. Beautiful. Hands down. Again, you might take a little handstand to kick up. Otherwise, left leg back, right leg steps to the sky. So you're in three-legged dog, and then you might take a three-legged vinyasa, keeping the leg hovered, coming through a chin stand or something, or skipping all of that and taking a rest. Beautiful. Find 3 breaths wherever you've landed, in and out through the nose. Center your awareness back to the breath. Notice when the mind wanders, when the external world starts to penetrate your presence, when thoughts of the future or lamenting over the past starts to come in, we anchor with the breath in the present moment. This is the awareness practice that we're ultimately doing here. Downward dog is where we meet. We lift the left leg to the sky. Left leg comes forward and touches, left knee rather, touches the left shoulder, and then flex the foot, place the heel, then toe all the way down. Good, we'll do 3 little flows here. So lower the hips, lift the chest, inhale, take it up and back as you exhale. Good, inhale, come forward. Beautiful, exhale, take it back. One more time, inhale, come forward. Gorgeous, exhale, take it back. Nice, inhale, coming forward, side angle pose. So scooching that back right foot in, left hand comes down, right arm reaches up to the sky. Rotating the chest up and over. Push into the outer edge of the right foot. Begin to hover the left hand up off the floor. Good, hold 5. Feel your core, you should really feel this through the side of your right abdomen. 3, good, 2, 1. Come on up, exalt the shape. All the way back, straighten the left leg, Trikonasana. You might want to shorten your stance. Now again, try not to just go down with your left hand, think up. So you're really using your abs here to help you rotate and hold the shape rather than your hands kind of sinking down. This is easy and lazy, right? This is challenging. 5, good, 4, 3, 2, exalt the shape all the way up and back, big breath in. Good, as you exhale, come on forward, half moon pose. Left foot down, right arm reaches to the sky. Bend the right foot if you took Chapasana on the other side. Otherwise, a little bend, in your left leg will help you wrap the left hip back under. Right arm reaches to the sky, we hold 5. Maybe you're even working to hover the left hand, 4. Good, 3, 2, right hand comes down to the floor, right knee curls in behind the left shin, and we sit our beautiful butts all the way down. Taking our twist, left hand behind you, right arm hooks, spin and twist. Good. So if you're staying in the twist, lengthening the spine and spinning from the belly button as you exhale. If you're taking the arm balance, hands come down and you rock a little Kundalini. Your choice. Keep your feet active if that's what you're doing. Beautiful, yogis. Breathe, 5. Good, 4. Rinse everything out, 3. It's like a beautiful detox for the body and mind. Good, butts come back down to the floor if you took the flight. Release the twist, take a little counter twist rather. Hands over to the side, little bow in. Damn, I didn't get my crack. I love it when I get my crack there. Come on forward, crack in my back. Good. Left hand comes down, left foot comes down rather, no hands, try. Step into the left foot, standing splits. Woo. Good. Hands come down, you might take a little handstand kick, otherwise step it back. Right foot down, left leg lifts up. You're in 3-legged dog, take a 3-legged flow or skip the whole process and come into child's pose or downward facing dog, your choice. Beautiful work, Yogi Bears. Nice, take a full breath in. And a full breath out. One more time, a full breath in. That's it, and a full breath out. Good, lift the right leg to the sky. You know the drill, peel the hip open, get spacious in the hip. And as you exhale, knee comes to your nose, round the spine, place the foot forward, take the left knee down to the mat. Right arm reaches up and back behind you, and then we see if we can either catch the foot and kick back into it, or even just reaching the right arm back. Keep scooping through the tailbone so you really feel the opening across the front of your left hip. Beautiful, one more breath here. Release the back left foot, bring the knee down, and then just walk yourself all the way back so you're sitting in this half hero pose position. Left knee is bent, left foot is beside your left hip. Good. And then come down into your version of the shape. So for some of us, that might be staying all the way up. You might be taking a block or a pillow underneath your hip to make it feel a little more accessible. Or you might be someone that feels really comfortable to come all the way back down and reach your arms up overhead. Whatever you're doing, take it out of your lower back. So the tendency, particularly for us more flexible humans, is to really kind of flare through the ribs. I want you to push the left big toe mound down and scoop through the pelvis like we've been doing to open across the front of the left hip a little more. And we hold and breathe. 5. Good. 4, 3, 2. Good. Coming out the same way you came in. So if you're all the way down, come back to your elbows, walk yourself back up. Keep the legs where they are. Try and bring the knees together. Flex the right foot. Reach the arms up and overhead. Then we take a forward fold, reaching towards the right foot. So you might be able to take a bind around the right foot and bring your nose down towards your shin. If you're a little bit tighter, you might be just staying here, working to keep your left butt cheek down on the floor. It's hard. Good. Lift the chest as you fold on in. 5. Good. 4, 3, 2, and then lift the chest back up, pressing into the left shin, bend the right leg and come back in to our little lunging shape. Good. Bring the hands down to the floor. We'll come into half Hanumanasana. Curl the toes back towards your face. Lift the chest, lift the heart. Take a full breath in. Nose comes down towards your shin as you breathe out. Good. Come forward, simple twist. Bend the right leg, left hand down, right arm reaches to the sky. Take it up and over into wild thing. If you want more, you're going to hold the right foot with your right hand. Otherwise, right toes down to the floor, hips are high. Full breath in. Good. Take your vinyasa as you come up and back into downward facing dog. Beautiful work, my friends. Take a breath when you get there. Center yourself. Center your awareness. Come back to the present moment as it unfolds. Left leg to the heavens. Peel the hip open. Curl it in, knee to your nose. Flex the foot. Heel, then toe. Comes all the way down. Right knee down. Good. Left arm reaches up and back behind you. We hold on to the right foot, or we're just reaching back, yeah? If you're holding the foot, you're scooping through the tailbone and really stretching through the front of your right hip, yeah? Open through the chest. Breathe. 5. Good. 4, 3, 2. Feels so good to stretch, I think, anyway. Maybe not. Release the right hand. Good. Set yourself all the way back to sit in your half hero pose towards the back of your mat. So if you need to reposition yourself, you can. Try to keep both sit bones on the floor. So if you need to roll the edge of your mat to help you do that, and kind of place it underneath your butt cheek, you can. All right, my friends, if you went back, go back. Coming all the way to lay down or staying up with your hands or your elbows. Whatever you're doing, you're pushing into your right shin and scooping through your tailbone, yeah? So you're not dumping into your lower back or nice and long. And we're saying, I love you to our hip flexors and our quads as we open this whole front chain of our beautiful bodies. Full breath in, full breath out. 2 more breaths, inhaling. Center yourself in the breath. Nothing else matters but the inhale and the exhale. We'll draw the chin to the chest. If you're all the way down, coming back up slowly. Good. And then flexing your left foot. So again, you're trying to keep both of your sit bones down. If you need to roll the edge of your mat to help you do that, do it. Reach the arms up. Draw the belly in as you fold. So again, you can fold on in, bringing your nose all the way down. Or if that feels like you're kind of wobbling and lifting your right butt cheek off a lot, then use your fingertips and just come on down with bent arms and use that to lengthen. Good. Breathe. 5. Beautiful. 4, 3. Oh, I love this shape. I haven't done it for ages. 2. Gorgeous yogis. Nice. Lift your chest up. Really gently rebend the right leg, rebend the left leg. We come on back into our lunge position. Just take it back into half Hanuman. Get a bit of length. Curl the toes, forehead down towards your shin. Big breath in, wrap the hips back, big breath out. Good, come forward, simple twist, right hand down, pick up the back knee, left arm to the sky, up and back, left foot behind the right knee. If you're holding the left foot for more of a challenge, going there. Otherwise, staying here in wild thing. And then when you're ready, taking your vinyasa of choice, downward facing dog is where we meet. Beautiful, and then try and stay with me if you can. Bring the gaze forward, spin the eyes of the elbows forward, and then bend the elbows, hover them off the mat, and then re-lengthen. Whew, 2 more times. Little chihuahua push-ups, hover and lengthen. 1 more, hover and lengthen, and then bring the elbows down to the floor. Oh, at the same time, you're in dolphin pose. Good, walk your feet in, bring your gaze forward. Now, some of us might be coming upside down here if you have Pincha Mayurasana in your practice. Otherwise, we're just going to work the prep. So bringing the gaze forward towards the thumbs. Walk your right foot in as much as you can and lift your left leg to the sky. Good. And then try and square through the hips. So wrapping the right hip back, extending out through your back left leg. That's it. Beautiful. And then you might be able to even walk that right foot in a tiny little bit more and maybe even lean in and hover the right foot up off the floor, drawing in through the belly. Beautiful. And then change sides. The left foot comes down, the right leg lifts up. Again, the closer that you can get your left foot in towards your head, the easier it will be to float and lift up. If you're at home and you want to spin to the wall, you can always do that. Otherwise, try and keep the hips square, try and keep the belly engaged for 3. Beautiful yogis for 2. Nice, and then bring your foot down to the floor, bring your legs down, child's pose. You can have your hands back behind you or your arms forward, your choice. Take a full breath in here. And a full breath out. 1 more time, a full breath in and a full breath out. Good. Bring the gaze forward and just meander your way to lay down onto your belly. Sometimes that looks really sexy and sometimes it just looks like a hot mess. Take the elbows out wide. We're going to do a little broken wing stretch. So bring the right ear down to the floor and then lift the left foot up and over, stretching across the front of the right chest. Using the left fingers to push in, or you can take the arm back behind you. You can always hold the foot. Feel any tension or resistance in your heart and soften it with your breath. A really challenging time in the world to stay in our hearts. And this is often presenting physically with a tightness across the front of the chest. So we just soften. 1 more breath in. And breath out. Come on back through center. And we'll do the other side. So wrapping up, rolling up and over. Left elbow down. Right leg reaches up and back. We open across the front of the chest. Remember, you can always take the right arm back behind you. And breathe. Breathe into any resistance. Soften. Use each exhale to create just this little bit more of a let go. Feel as though the skin is just stretching across the front of your collarbone. Last breath in here. Good, breath out. Come on back through center. And just rest for a moment, lay on your belly. Hands can come underneath your head or down beside you. Good, lengthen your legs up nice and long. And then push your the tops of your feet down in towards the mat and scoop through your tailbone. So like what we've been doing with our shins, pressing down and scooping, same kind of thing. Good. Then bring your forehead down to the mat. I'm going to not do it completely so that you can still hear me. And you take the hands back behind you. Good. Press the fingertips down into the mat and crawl them down towards your feet so they're down beside your hips. Then as you inhale, push into your feet, scoop through your tailbone, lift the chest up. Good. Crown of the head is long, chin is drawn in. Then you might stay here or you might lift the legs. You might stay there or you might also lift the arms. Good. You might stay here or you might be bending the knees, reaching back and coming on up into a bow pose. If that creates any compression in your lumbar spine, then stay in the first option. Beautiful yogis. Breathe. 5. Good. 4, 3, 2. Release. No slingshotting. Come on back in, laying on beach pose. Not sure if you can hear the pouring rain outside of my window, but there's no way I'm going to the beach. So this is my beach pose for the day. Shake your hips out. I really love that feeling of just shaking the sacrum, that gentle rocking. And big breath in. Gorgeous. And a big breath out. Nice. We'll come on back into a child's pose for a moment. Just get a bit of length through the back of the body. And then the toes tuck, and we'll come on in downward facing dog. All right, so bringing the gaze forward, you can step or jump through your hands. You bring the gaze forward, take a little jump forward, shoot the legs out, and come on down to your butts. Good. Bring the feet to hip width distance apart. Reach the arms forward, and we're just going to roll down slowly without lifting the feet. So we're going to come into either a bridge or a wheel pose eventually, and I want you to be really mindful of your toes. So try and keep your big toe mound down. Lift the arches of your feet, and as you come down, notice when they start to lift, keep pushing down, come down slowly. 5, 4, good. 3, 2, 1. Bring your head to the floor. All right. Walk the feet in a little bit closer. They're roughly hip width distance apart. Now, give a little bit of a gaze to your feet, and often they sickle in or out. I want you to try and feel your glutes activate, yeah? So you're not avoiding the glute activation. All right, take the hands down beside the hips. A lot of us do that. Push into your big toe, lift the arches, scoop the tailbone, come on into a bridge pose. Good, and then you might take the hands and interlace them underneath your lower back, pressing into the interlaced hands, lifting the hips to the sky. Big toe mound presses down, inner thighs hug together. We scoot through the pelvis. Good. Hold and breathe. 5. Feel the heels pull back to the head so that you feel your booty switch on. 4, 3, beautiful. 2, gorgeous. Release the hands, come on down. Just for a moment, walk the feet out, knock the knees in together, and just feel a bit of a chill for your body, your lower back, your butt. All right. So you're either going to do that again or you're going to come into a wheel pose. So you've done quite a bit of opening across the front of the body. So if you feel ready for a wheel, it's there for you. Otherwise, you'll do another round of bridge pose. So I'm going to cue you through wheel, but if you're doing bridge, then you're doing exactly what we just did. All right, if you're coming into wheel pose with me, then the feet are coming, again, roughly hip width distance. They might be a little bit wider. We take the hands up and back behind the head, fingertips facing down towards the buttocks. Now the elbows can move here. They don't have to stay parallel. They can kind of scoop under. The scapula will move down your spine. Push into your feet, lift your hips up, and just come onto the crown of your head to begin with. Good, then pressing into your hands, lift and extend the hips high to the sky. You're pushing into your big toe mound, and then imagine that I'm sitting on your, hips. Yeah, and you don't want me to crush you. So if I was sitting on your hips, you'd have to push into me to keep me lifted, yeah? So keep lifting your hips to the sky, keep your heart open. You can come down whenever you need to. Otherwise, take 5 more breaths if you can. Good. Really feel the inner thighs engage, the glutes engage. If you want to work any one-legged variations or any other holding of the feet or whatever, do that. Good. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, we melt ourselves all the way back down to the floor. Come to the head first. Tuck the chin in. Good. And then we walk. Actually, this time we'll bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide, and we'll come on into Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana. Good. Hands can come to your hips or resting on your belly, whatever you like. Again, notice if you're lifting through the lower back, can you press the feet together slightly and scoop? So you're really opening to the front of the hip. So, good. Find your breath. Feel the beat of your heart. And it's so easy to get lost in the noise and to forget what it feels like to live in the heart, to be open, full of compassion, joy, these higher vibrational states. And for a lot of us right now, I know it's particularly challenging in the world to be in that state. And we're always reminded that it's there for us, that it's within, and that on those darker, rainier days, we can always find lightness. It's always there. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth as you breathe out. Good. Slide the hands down towards the knees and then draw the knees up into your chest. Give yourselves a well-deserved hug.
We're going to take a twist here. So lengthen the left leg out, right knee draws into your chest, take it up and over your body for a twist. If you want to add on, you can lengthen the right foot and hold the outer edge of the toes. Otherwise, just simply lengthening the right arm to the side and bending through the right knee. Gaze falls to the right. Keep rolling the right hip down and away from your face. Get more spacious. Find your breath. One more inhale. Stay for the exhale. Good. Come on, back through center. Right knee draws into the chest. And then we change sides. Left knee draws in. Take it up and over to the right, lengthening the left arm out long. Turn the gaze to the left. Remember, if you're adding on, then you can lengthen that left leg. Find your breath. Find the softness. The outer edge of the left hip softens. Last breath in. Good. Breath out. Come on back through center. Draw both knees up in towards your beautiful chest. Good. Then lengthen both legs up towards the sky in Viparita Karani. I'm going to give you a few options. So some of us will stay here. Some of us will come through a plow pose or a shoulder stand if that's where your body wants to take you. Otherwise, you can always take your hands underneath your lower back to make your Viparita a little more kind to your back and your legs. And you can point and flex your feet a little bit. If you're coming through plow and shoulder stand or Karapidasana, deaf man's pose, by all means, take your time with that sequence. Otherwise, we just stay here with the legs lifted. And whichever shape it is that you're doing, we're just feeling the energy and the blood, the prana moving from the feet all the way back to the heart, where it's kind of flushed and pumped and recirculated through the body. Reminding us that we're always in this state of evolution, of growth. Nothing is ever stagnant. You know, the body is forever moving, is forever changing, forever renewing itself. Your cells renew on a really regular basis. It's pretty cool when you think about it. If you've come through a shoulder stand or a plow pose, starting to find your way back down-ish, we'll meet here with our legs in the air. There's no rush. If you want to move through a fish pose, do that. Otherwise, just enjoy this extended time in legs up the wall. I love this pose. It's so nice. Good, then if your hands are underneath your butt, go ahead and release them. We'll all reach the arms up behind the shins and come on into a little teardrop shape. So tuck the chin in, push the feet back and find this kind of little teardrop shape. Good, and then bring your head back down to the floor. This time take the arms up so you're like a little dead bug on your back, and then just be spasming dead bug. So shake the legs, shake the feet. Shaking is really, really good for your nervous system. You can add on the sound if you want. Good, and then let that shaking dissolve into stillness and just feel the residue. Beautiful, and then slowly allow that to melt you down towards the mat, and any final shapes or layers or things you want to do before we come into Shavasana. So if you want to do a happy baby pose or something like that. And then when you're ready, finding your way into your final rest. Taking a deep breath in and opening your mouth as you breathe out. Again, a deep breath in and opening the mouth as you breathe out. Allowing your physical body here to dissolve into the cosmos. And giving yourself permission just to rest. Drawing a full breath into your nose. And just parting your lips and letting it fall out slowly. Doing that once again. A breath in. Letting it fall. Find a bit of movement through your fingers, through your toes. Pointing the toes forward, reaching the arms up overhead, that full body stretch. And the knees hug in towards the chest, and just gently come over to your preferred side. Stay there for a moment. This beautiful fetal position of just feeling held, supported. Keeping the eyes closed, finding your way up to a seat. And as you find your seat, take your palms to face up on your thighs. Soften your shoulders. And just feel into the work that we've done into opening the heart, the front of the body. The strength we created in the back to ultimately open the front. This reminder that it takes strength and courage to be in the heart. If we can stay open to staying in this heart space, we can meet the world with love and compassion. We can meet ourselves with love and compassion. And we can emanate that love all the way out through the entire universe. And take a full breath in and a full breath out. Float the hands to prayer at your heart space. One round of Om together to seal our practice. Just take a breath in, let a breath go. One round of Om. Bowing in to ourselves, to one another with reverence, respect, and a deep honoring of this practice, we say Namaste.